I miss being in jail. Like, I tried, but the free world is not for me. When you locked up, everything is free. You don't have to pay for food, shelter, none of that. Free health insurance. I mean, it's a no-brainer. It has even gotten to the point where I'm willing to do something, anything, just so I can get locked back up. Cause I didn't had it trying to do the right thing. Like, that's not in my nature. And then to make things worse, my stupid ass wife, she keep nagging, making me do things, and I don't want to do nothing. Like, I just want to chill. Like, damn, can't you see I've been locked up for 10 years? That's why I can't wait to get locked back up so I can get away from her.
All right. So shout out to Glory Mans. I think I reacted to something of his the other day. He was talking about how he hates his wife. So he seems like the type of dude that, says those things that, not a lot of guys, but some guys do think. And, right here in this video, he's talking about he missed being in prison. He says, the stability of prison, you get your meals, your health insurance, you get everything pretty much free, on the American taxpayers' dollar. You're getting all of your basic necessities met, and how in the real life, when you get out of jail, it's hard to, integrate yourself back into society where everything costs, right? And he also said that his wife is nagging and like a lot of stuff like that. So, this is really sad more than anything that this guy wants to go back to jail so much. But we see this actually happen in real life, right? We see guys that, they get out of jail and it's hard for them to get certain jobs. It's hard for them to, get back on their feet, and, they ended up getting back in trouble and going right back in jail. That's why they say jail can turn out to be a revolving door if you're not careful. You got a lot of guys that get out, go back in, get out, go back in, get out, go back in, until they eventually get like a life sentence or like a super long sentence. But as far as like any guys that are actually like, if you're really feeling like this, like you feel like your life was better in jail, you just gotta, you gotta work harder, man. You gotta work harder and realize you put yourself in a position to be behind everybody. You could have been further on in life if you weren't getting in trouble and, getting yourself put in jail. Like, I know there are guys that get locked up for things they didn't do all the time, and that unfortunately sets them back in life as well. But for the majority of the guys feeling this way, they you're going to be seen as lazy. You're going to be seen as a bum. You're going to be seen as someone that's just not willing to do what they need to do to get themselves back on their feet. So shout out to this dude, but at the end of the day, like I said, there are many guys that probably do feel this way, but you got to take accountability for the position you put yourself in life, and just I said, go work that shitty job for a while until you can, move up positions, you know what I'm saying? Develop a side hustle. You see, he's actually doing pretty decent on TikTok. If we go and check out his page real quick, he got 7K followers, 145K likes. So just him being honest and putting his thoughts out there to the world is actually helping him. That actually, the video was talking about he hates his wife so much that got over 1 million plays. So he's doing decent on TikTok. I'm not gonna lie, he's doing very decent on TikTok. He just gotta keep going, man. He's gotta keep going. Anybody else feeling this way? Let me see what these comments saying. Bum energy, you must miss your little boyfriend. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what most people think when they see this thumbnail, when they see this topic. It's like this dude, he must got some guy in there he want to go back in. I miss being in prison. That's a crazy caption right there. I'm not gonna lie, because ain't no girls in prison, ain't no woman in prison. That's the biggest thing that keeps me on the straight and narrow path, is that I enjoy the company of women, like real women. This some real low life is, you stupid. This is lazy loser mentality. Get a job. I stay away from people like you. Y'all making fun of this man when this is serious people who have been locked up for so long struggle when getting back in society, because you ain't got no responsibilities in there. Yeah, that's what it is. Jail, you ain't got no responsibilities. Even the responsibilities you have on the outside, you can't really do nothing. You know, if you got kids on the outside, you got family, you got a wife, people that was dependent on you, you ain't got no way to help them. You know, you might got a little job in jail earning, you know, $2, $3 an hour, but that's not really gonna do nothing much but keep your commissary coming in, to be honest. But as you can see, he's kind of liking all the comments, so I think he knows what he's doing. But at the same time, there are literally real guys that feel like this. You know, they get out, they've been out for a while, you know, they tried to do certain things are hard, they parole officer on their ass, and you know, circumstances, you know, make them feel like they're better off in jail. So, you know, you do have people who do stuff on purpose just so they can get sent back. But, you know, hopefully this guy stays out, you know, stays on the path he's on, you know. Do your TikTok thing, go crazy, put your thoughts out there to the world. I would like to see who his wife actually is, because he always talking shit about her. He always talking about her. First, the other video was he hate his wife, and I think he did. The only reason he ain't leaving is to not be divorced, and he's talking about her nagging in this video, and not, I guess, you know, his prison wife doesn't nag that as much as his actual wife, you know. But yeah, man, like I said, crazy situation. Let me know what you guys think about this video right here down in the comments below. Give your boy a like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you do feel like this, just know that I'm pretty sure your city has opportunities and things that you can do, but you got to be willing to go through the fire and do the hard work, man. You got to be willing to do the hard work even when you don't feel like it every single day. That's just the life as a man. As always, love y'all.